hear us?
Yes, sir. I can hear you guys.
Perfect. We'll start with Vince Farrar, and then we'll go to David Pascal.
Velus, tell us, first opportunity to talk to you. Tell us what your Tennessee experience has been like so far.
My Tennessee experience has been a great experience. Bonding with my brothers, my teammates, the offense, the QBs. It's been a great experience. It's nothing like SEC football. And, this is something I dreamed about ever since I was a kid coming up, and, just making dreams realities. So it's been a great experience. And, we've been blessed to have fans at the stadiums due to COVID. And so, I can't complain. I'm just blessed to be here.
And then just a quick follow-up, obviously your relationship with T. Martin, I assume, had a big impact in you choosing Tennessee. Talk about T's involvement in you coming to Tennessee.
Yes, T was my former coach at the University of Southern California. It was big on my decision, but not only that, knowing the history of Coach Pruitt and what he's did in his time being a coach and his accomplishments, and and Jim Chaney as well, and also the absence of the two top receivers that had left for the draft. That played a big role for me coming here as well. So yeah.
Velus, you've talked about what you've liked about this new experience. What's been the biggest challenge for you since arriving at Tennessee in this season?
I mean, it's not, I wouldn't say like a challenge. It's just the difference between playing Pac-12 football and SEC football. We know the SEC is like a junior varsity for the NFL. Players are a lot bigger, stronger, faster this game. It's a lot physical and stuff. So I wouldn't say challenges, but first time in this system, familiar, just different terminology. So I wouldn't say like challenges, just like adapting, just getting a feel for everything.
And then I guess the last game was obviously disappointing at Arkansas, but Coach Pruitt after the game said he wants to take more shots and kind of open things up, be a little more aggressive. Did you like hearing that? And is that something you'd love to be a part of?
Yes, I'm a part of like everything with my coaches. They call the plays and we line up and run them. And, we're going to live by that and we're going to die about that. Me and the offensive guys. And, if they call the play, we just got to go out there and execute at the end of the day, I feel like there's no such thing as a bad play call. You can turn the call good or you can turn it bad. And so, us as an offense, we're just going to stick together. And, we're just going to keep working our butts off.
David Ubben and Ben McKee.
Yeah, Vince, what do you kind of see as your role in this offense, and how would you assess your performance this season?
I see my role in this offense as a veteran, giving knowledge, because it's all about giving knowledge to the younger guys, because once you leave, you're replaced, and, just taking those younger guys up under my wing and stuff and giving them as much knowledge as possible, and hopefully turning them better players than I am. And also, I'm here for my team. Any way I can help my team be successful to get a win at the end of the day or night, is good for me. So I feel like, my purpose is to be the best team player I can be, and, and also better myself and my skill set to help my team be successful. So, yeah, that's what I feel like.
Velus, I'm curious, with the NCAA granting this a free year of eligibility, how much thought you've given to returning for a second senior season?
I mean, I'm just like focused on the task at hand, due to this COVID and these postponing games. I'm just taking it one step at a time. That's what I've been trying to get better at over my years of being a college football player. Just stop thinking ahead and, and live in the moment and, and work your tail off in the moment and stuff. So when that time comes, like that time will come. And so that's where I'm at with that right now. I'm here. I'm here now, and I'm gonna work my tail off for my team to make sure we win the games at the end of the day.
Trey Wallace and Patrick Brown.
Velus, you and the other wide receiver group, well, I know that you had thoughts of coming to Tennessee prior to this season. When you finally made that move to Knoxville, what was it like getting in there during COVID, being able to get with these wide receivers, try to get on the same page? I know last time you were thinking about it, Jennings and Callaway were still here. What's that relationship been like now with the other guys?
Yes, the year last year, before last season when I was at USC, I had intentions on like coming here, but I talked with the family, and getting my degree was the best thing for me. So I stayed an extra year, and after this past season, I came to Tennessee, and it's been a great experience. Like no other place I'd rather be. Even though times were tough, when this COVID was going on, like we were limited to the things we can do. So every chance, we got, we bond, whether it's, going out as a group, every chance we got to hit the field, teach each other, learn from each other, and like coach each other. Cause like at the end of the day, it's about like the people, people's playing on the field. Like we have to stick together and stuff. And so, I mean, I can say it was challenging because it was limited. We were so limited to the things we can do, but I feel like we did a good job on the way we came along.
Velus, and a follow-up to that real quick. T. Martin, is a big part of why you came here, but him also being from the Mobile area, the areas that you grew up in and around, how big is that to have somebody just from your hometown as your position coach? It can't be understated, can it?
Yeah, it's a blessing. Not many players, have that connection with their coaches. Him understanding me, understanding our background, our culture, where we come from. I look at it as a blessing. It's like a different level, of like thinking and stuff like that. So he knows the type of player I am. He knows the type of young man I am, and he knows like my potential and where I can be. He's going to push me. So just, having that and, and him having that understanding of our background and where we came from, and how hard we work to be in a position, me playing in the league in the future, him being a coach now, we just, it's just a great feeling to know like two kids from Mobile, Alabama, out here chasing their dreams and stuff. And just to have him as a coach, it's a true blessing.
Velus, you came to Tennessee with a pretty strong reputation as a kickoff returner. Is that something you've kind of always enjoyed? And what do you think makes someone a good kickoff returner like you are?
I went to USC 2016. I redshirted my first year, and my former special team coach, Coach Baxter, John Baxter, he believed in me, and I always believed in myself. And, as a player, you have to believe in yourself, even if nobody will. And, I always believed in myself, and, I knew I can accomplish anything through Christ. I'm a big believer in the Lord, and also being motivated from my cousin, my older cousin, Colin Towner, that has like the kickoff return average in the NCAA. It's the leader of that. So, that being like motive and like the athletes I had in my family, just like my background, because, football is like a culture in Mobile, Alabama. I've been playing since I've been 4 years old, and I haven't missed a year. So, football is like everything to me. And so when you take that serious, like, it's just been built in me. It's been built in me since I was young, whatever I'm going to do it to the fullest. And I'll never, ever give a poor performance. I'll always give it my all. And so, that was the mentality, and the rest just took care of itself.
We'll go back to Vince, then Gustavo.
Velus, two things, one at a time. One, I know a lot of guys always point to execution, why things aren't working out or having great success. But why do you think you guys haven't been able to have a lot of explosive plays offensively?
I will say, like we just have to like stick together. We have to stick to it. The season's not over yet, and we know the season hasn't been the way we want it to, but we still got 4 more games, and we can turn that all around. And so, we're just going to stick to the strip, at practice, everybody, giving 100%, because it all starts at practice. We have to stay tough on each other, tough love. We have to be a coach to one another. We can't cut slack on one another. And like I said, we have 4 more games left in the season. So, and I definitely believe we can turn this around
And
with deep shots and all.
sorry, Velus. And you talked about, coaching and helping guys out, including the young guys that you want to do. Give us a word or two on each of those freshmen that came in that big class and what you've seen from each of those guys.
You say give you a word?
Yeah, just a sentence or two on each of the freshmen. What you see from the skill set, potential, any of that kind of stuff.
Well, Malachi Wadman, I see a lot of potential. He also played basketball. I'm pretty sure you guys seen some of his highlights. And, and I just, just telling him, just be consistent and the rest will take care of itself. He has the body frame and like his strength is high point balls. And, if he can do that consistently, he could be playing in the league and making a lot of money for a long time. And, Jalen Hyatt, I told him, he was a different receiver the first time I had met him. And I was like, his skill set, not many people are able, not many people are blessed with that skill set so early and stuff like that with his route running abilities. And, he's blessed with speed and stuff. And so, if you're really, whatever you're good at, use that to your advantage. Use that to the best of your abilities. And I've been telling them. And like, I believe in all the young freshmen and stuff. And I know they'll do great things here. They'll definitely be future All-Americans.
Gustavo.
Fellas, how important was to have this open week to kind of get back to some fundamentals, to kind of get things back on track, especially with the things not going your way, the team way in the past couple of games?
You talking about this bye week we just had?
This bye week. Yeah, how important it was to get things back on track?
I feel like everything happens for a reason. And, this was a blessing, for us, to get our feet back under ourselves, people to heal up and stuff. They got nicks and bruises and stuff like that. And I felt like this week was really important, just to, get back to the basics, because there's no need to panic whatsoever, just, remember why and tell ourselves like why we doing this, why we're at Tennessee, why we're here to compete. We're all here for the same reason, and that's to win the SEC championship and the national championship, and sometimes, you have to remind yourself like why you're doing what you're doing. So I feel like, this week was a great week, to have, to reflect on ourselves and, and who we are. So this week was much needed. It was very much needed.
And in terms of individual performance, I know the team lost to Arkansas, but you had a great performance, a lot of season high in terms of your stats. Do you see yourself getting better every week?
Yes, I see myself getting better every week. It all starts at practice, though. What you put in is what you're going to get out, and everybody knows that. The greatest knows that. What you put in, the work you put in, you're going to get out. And, the work you don't put in, it's going to show. And so, me just staying like self-motivated is really important, keeping my swagger, never, get down on myself, always pushing each and every day for me has to be better as a leader and a player to help my team win.
All right, last question to Jimmy. We have DeAndre here.
Do you feel at this point that you could play all the receiver positions?
Yes. I am extremely blessed, to be placed outside. I've been labeled a lot as like a slot guy, in my career. And like me being outside is just, taking it to a whole nother game. Not only on this level, it'll help me for the next level as well. Them placing me out there, learning to run the outside routes and stuff like that, which my route running abilities are much improved. And so once you master the outside, and I feel like once they place you inside, it's like, taking candy from a baby. So I love playing outside, but now I'm in position where I could be anywhere they need me to be on the field and know what to do.
And you were asked about comparing the Pac-12 to the SEC. How would you compare Los Angeles to Knoxville?
I would say Los Angeles is a busy city. The city doesn't sleep. There's always something going on, especially the population is way greater. Just the population. This is more people, and the weather, of course. It gets real cold here. But the thing I can say about Knoxville, it's a home feeling. I'm like 6.5 hours away from Mobile, Alabama. My family get to come up here and see me play. And that's not. I didn't have that much at SC. I probably get to see them like once or twice a year. They'll come out to one game. And so Knoxville is definitely a home feeling. The people here love the people. People are very nice and stuff. Los Angeles is just like a different animal. It was definitely culture shock when I came out of high school going out there. But now I feel like I'm back in my element, being in Knoxville, and like back to the basics.
All right. Thank you, Velus.
Yes, you're welcome.